1975 in Hastings, by a few of our Cook Island leaders and our Cook Island Oromitu at that time, to bring our people together, but also to fundraise for training ministers to go to Knox College, which is the Presbyterian, where you train to become Presbyterian minister. And so that's sort of like everyone's first taste of our culture at the Walpole Fellowship. A lot of us here in this room have probably been a part of that over the last 50 years.
Nice. And now, talk to us about, you said you're an elder or deacon?
Yeah. And so in our church, we have different layers of leadership. And so we start at the top with the minister, who is the head of our church. And then he's supported by the executive, which is our parish clerk and the two secretaries of the two ekaresia. We have a Cook Island and a Samoan ekaresia. And so they're the next layer of leadership. And then underneath them, they're all supported by a pool of elders. And we're in our church, we're split up into 3 tapere, 4, including the Samoan ekaresia. So we're split up into 4 tapere. Each tapere has the pū tapere as well as elders.
Pū tapere?
Pū tapere is the leader of that block.
Okay, nice.
And so that's sort of how our hierarchy in our church is. And the elders are the ones to support the pū tapere, which is the leaders, but also the minister and the executive. So when things happen in our community, and if it happens in your tapere, it's a responsibility of the elders, if the leaders can't be there, to step up into some of those leadership roles. The pastoral care role, all of that is part of our church. And then underneath us are the members that make up the wider congregation. So those are the ones that, like I said, I was a member before I became an elder. And then the Sunday school and the church and people in the community that attend our church as well.
Well, awesome, Julius. We are currently live streaming. And so if you want to watch us, I don't know where we go. Where do we go? On Tikos, go to your our Tikos Facebook page, and you can see us live streaming. We don't know how, we don't know why, but I think God gave us this gift today. Thank you, God. Let's go straight to LDS, the No'oroa Manu. I'll let him introduce himself.
Greetings, everybody. My name is No'oroa Manu. From Machitaki, beautiful island of Marura. I come from the villages, born and raised in Nikopara, Te Marua Toi. Wearing the pink today, the start of Cook Island Language Week. And my mum's from Nikopara, and on the Mukutupu side, obviously from Nikopara, but my grandfather's side, which is Papa Tea, he's from Tautu. My dad, the Manu side, all good things come from Māori too. So acknowledge Māori too. Just a little bit about me. Obviously, in 1974, I came to the Cold Tokoro, left the islands and came here. And I guess my first...
You were born in the Cook Islands?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Sorry, what's your full name?
Noro Omaine Kake Manu. So what happened is half of my birth certificate says that, the original one, and then my AKA, my New Zealand passport, it says without kake. Anyway, it's not about me. It's about the journey that I had today. Nice. So I want to talk a little bit about my journey. Just like Julia said, we're very influenced by our families. As you know, the 70s and 80s, there's a big migration of the Cook Island. Families come over from Cook Island. I don't know why. It was beautiful and hot over there. There's some great things, but they wanted, a better future. So I acknowledge my my grandparents and also my parents who brought us over in the late 70s. And my journey started from the PIC, and all our family were going there. And on the Te Ao side, my mum's side, she was actually a baptized member over in Atstaki. And so she was Catholic, and then she came over as LDS, and then ended up staying with the PIC and with my uncle. And obviously when you stay in K Road and Calso, you have a connection for the PIC. And so what happened is probably around the age of 8, my father decided we should go back to church. And this was the church that the Manus were going to. and it's called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we just say LDS for short. People may call us Mormon, but preferably would like to be called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Anyway, so my journey started from the PIC. Then I went back to church, and I noticed on Sundays I was a keen sports person at the time, and there was no more league on a Sunday. It was all about church. So faith was kind of a little bit different when I first started off. Wishing I was playing with my mates. But at the age of 15, there was quite a traumatic experience that I had that probably made me really think about. So at the age of 15, 1985, my father passed away, and a hardworking person from Hatumba, and I was 15 years old, and I had some choices to make. And when you're 15 in Tokoro, you have two fences to jump. One fence is, the desirable things that are of the world, I guess. You don't worry about anyone else, think about yourself. And then the other side is obviously staying in the church. And I was really grateful for my family, my extended family. And a lot of them were in the LDS church, and also in the PIC, and also in the Raitu church, the Seventh-day Adventist. So I couldn't run off too far, and just made a decision that I thought, okay, I'll start getting into church. So at the age of 15, I started making some big commitments, and I used to play rugby on a Saturday, and I used to play rugby league on a Sunday. So at the age of 16, made a decision, told my coaches, I'm sorry, I'm giving up Sundays, the rugby league ball, to the scriptures, and then I thought I'd start going to church. Now, it's funny, but people kind of think you get ridiculed, but I had some really good coaches. My Waikato coach said, hey, all good, I support you with it. It was quite a faith-defining time for me. And then I realized when I made that decision, man, I better start being dedicated in church. So Sunday service was very important. We had youth activities. And when you develop youth here in Tokoro, you got to have some strong connections. And it just seemed like all our families were all into church. So it was nothing really new. And then obviously at the age of 19 in our church, you expect to voluntarily go and serve a mission. And I guess I had to make another big decision. Half of me wanted to play professional sports, and half of me wanted to go on the mission. And I guess what got me over the line was my mum said, boy, we'll help you with your mission because you got to save up. And I saved most of it, but my mum said, look, I'll help out. And then I thought, all these opportunities. But like everyone who's a Christian, these decisions are not taken lightly. Under a lot of prayer, fasting, and just really had an opportunity to sort of serve the Lord for 2 years. And I went to real faraway land, went to Wellington, and and all my cousins were going to the Philippines. But you know what? It was an amazing experience. And so I went down to Christchurch. Some areas I still connected with a lot of people there. And to cut a story short, had a really grounding on the mission, and now serve a few callings in our church now locally, and then the next generation of the Manus in our family are trying to stay in church.
Can I ask you a question, Noro, just in regards to going on your mission? So when we see the chaps in their white shirt and tie and black pants, and they're walking around, biking around, or so what do you actually do on a mission as LDS?
So just for all the listeners out there, please don't run them over, and please don't slam the door on them. No. They're generally all right people. So what happens is that you actually get called. Your papers go to what's known as Salt Lake City, which is like our general sort of administration, and then they prayerfully find out names that come through or where you serve. And in that service, you're expected from 6 o'clock to wake up, and 9:30 and you're back into your flat, and you're just pretty much serving a mission. And a mission entails basically knocking doors, visiting people that are non-members, people who are part members, and if you're on Tokoro, just catching up with families that may have not gone to church. But it's pretty busy. But at the same time, you have one day off. You can go out and do your watching, and then do a little bit of recreation.
Nice. Awesome. Well done. You two. Look, let's go to our Seventh-day Adventist.
Tasha and Martha.
Tasha and Mark, hello to Nora.
Oh.
Nora,
Hi.
Let's go to our SDA Seventh-day Adventist elder. I'll let him introduce himself.
Kia ora, everybody. My name is Pātua Tāwai, and I've been a...
How did we get you on camera?
Oh, bro, don't...
Oh,
whoa!
Hey,
Kia ora, everybody!
Hey!
Oh, our viewers went up 20. Nah.
There's
Kia
any
ora,
single
everyone.
ladies out there.
My name is Pātua. Been raised in the town of Tokoro, but my family are very Cook Island. Like my other two people here on the radio. So my granddad on my mum's side, he is a manu as well. So from the village of Amuri.
All right, good man.
And my mum's mum, she's from Re'uru. So I had to think for a minute there. She's from Re'uru, and then my dad's side, they're just very much from Vaipai, and then my dad's mum, she's from Mangaya. So much like these two, born and raised in the church. As far back as my memory can go, my parents and my family have been involved in church. So I've had the blessing of watching my dad lead at the front of church and lead churches, lead youth groups, and so that legacy has really impressed upon me this journey through church. Oh, sup Chanel, kia ora, kia ora. Just watching him lead out in the front of church and leading out in different youth groups throughout
That's
what we
your dad.
my dad, yeah,
Nice.
many years ago. So just to go back a bit,
Shout
I
out
was
to
born
Patrick, shout out.
I was in Australia because my parents were both studying over there. My dad was studying to become a minister, and then how it works in our church is that when you finish your studies, then you get called to different churches. And so my dad was called to the Manawatu area, and he was the chaplain and the pastor of the Palmerston North churches. And so that's where I did my initial growing up. And then we were blessed to move up to Tokoro and have kind of been here ever since. And it's been a blessing to watch my dad's leadership throughout the church here in Tokoro and other family here in Tokoro as well. And it's just my life has really been based around church, and that's I guess helped shape who I am today. But at the age of 18 is when I decided to get baptized and accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, and in our church. And it's not been smooth sailing. It's never smooth sailing on this Christian journey. A lot of people think that once you get baptized, your life just becomes pristine and perfect. It is certainly not the case. But and in 2010, I decided to go to a performing arts based Christian based performance because in our church a lot of young people, much I guess in comparison with the Mormon church, we go off to a place called Avondale College, and that's where we do our studies, and we learn the ways of ministry. And I didn't want to commit to it because to me that was leaving my family, leaving New Zealand, and I felt like at how was I then? 19, 18? I wasn't ready to leave home. So I, and to compensate a little bit, I still wanted to go study, and I was quite into music back then. So I went to a Christian-based performing arts school and studied a bit of music, learned a bit more Christian foundations, and then with the intention of going off to Avondale the following year. But I had this strong calling on my life, I believe, to come and minister here in Tokoro. So my mission field has been this town and the young people that I serve in my church, and it's kind of what I'm doing for the past decade or so, and it's what I love to do in my church.
Well, fantastic faith journeys there by our three guests tonight: Pātua Tāwai, No'oro Manu, and Julius Daniel Mata. We're going to be coming back. That was only supposed to take us 7 minutes. Of course, in our Cook Island timing, it took 21 minutes. We'll be right back after these two songs. Let's think about what our favorite songs are in your own church. All right, when we come back. right after this.
Get ready. Look at that.
3, 2. Kia ora, hey, we'll be right back right after this. Bye.
here.
They can't hear it. Nah. Oh, wait. Nah. Welcome back to the show on Rokoa Vibes. Here with our faith journey. I've been in the last segment. We talked about our faith journeys, and it's a real shift your head, Julius. It's a real learning. It's a real learning because people outside of Tokoroa, because we know our faith journeys, but people outside of Tokoroa, they don't understand. It's a little bit different. Hey, what would you say about that, Julius?
What was that again? Because I was getting told to move my head out of the way.
I can't remember. No, just about faith journeys, just about how people in Tokoroa, I think we've come to a place where we know where we work with other faith-based, where we never used to do that like 30 years ago. Hey, LDS, PRC, or STA.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I know for our Cook Island people is that church is a big part of our life, and our Cook Island community used to be separate from the actual community, right? Mm-hmm. So we all in our own silos, right? And with your own ekaresias, you do your own thing. And the good thing about, I don't know, is it called revolution or development, or as we get better and we learn things along the way, we have new leaders come on board, and we have new people pave the way for us. I remember there was a time there when this man over here, he was the bishop, and Papa Timothy was our minister, and Patrick and Unuka, they were the leaders of the SDA church, and they all just got on, right? And so as a young person, you don't see that they're all from different churches, because we're all brought up, well, especially me, we're all brought up that it doesn't matter if you go to that church or this church or that church, we're all one Cook Island people. And so when you come to the Warpaw Fellowship back in those times, I think it's like between 2007 to 2012, that era, we all did it together. You know, we go to the Warpaw Fellowship and you have all the our kids in the group, and you have all the SDA people singing in the band, and even some AOG from the Samoan, they come in and support our Warpaw Fellowship. And so when it was time for the community to get together, it wasn't just, the PIC. I remember back 80s and 90s, that time, it was either your POC, your SDA, or your Mormon, you know? And then now, well, when I was brought up, it wasn't like that at all. We all Cook Island, you know, we all Cook Island and we all support each other. And, you know, we have funerals and we have things at our church. And it was always the SDA will come and do their service, followed by the LDS, and then followed by the HWN. Like, you know, it was set. That's how I'm being brought up in the last 15 years. I don't know what it was like before that because I'm still a young gun. So yeah, maybe the others got more to talk about that. But I know at that time our community was quite tight. And when we moved for the Upo Fellowship, we all moved not just as St. Luke's, but as the Cook Islands community, whatever denomination you come from.
No'oro?
Yeah, like when I grew up, Papa Ta was my first minister, and he was awesome. He was from the PRC church. So at that time, you know, just like what Julius was saying, is that the Cook Island pastoral connection with language, culture, and then you had your Sunday values and beliefs, and that's been a huge transition in Tokoro, and seeing that it has been just amazing. So we're really grateful for the PIC Church for allowing us to stay in our identity as LDS, but at the same time being able to integrate with the beliefs and the wonderful teachings that the PIC and the Seventh-day Adventists. So when I became a leader, I was really grateful for, I like to think of is more than an uncle, but Papa Titi. And so there was a that were built then. And it took a lot of time because, as we all know, everyone used to sort of on Sunday would rather, hey, come to our church. But what happened with Papa Timothy is really opened the doors that, hey, you go to your churches, and when you want to enjoy the culture and plus in a way that was very cultural and also spiritual, come to our PIC gatherings. So unfortunately, the LDS members started eating all the food at the Upo, and also we got really involved in there, and we felt like brothers and sisters. And I think in the scriptures it tells us that we should all, we're all fellow citizens of the gospel of Christ, and that was really rewarding. And obviously in funerals and in celebrations, you could feel that connection, and it happens today too. I was at a funeral of my nieces, and who came to pay their service? It was the PIC. They came with Carlos here, and then we also had the Seventh-day Adventists with Auntie Numia's Donuts, and then we really celebrated with all the people that came and visited. So that's the great uniqueness of Tokoro. We can all get, and no one has a fight. Thank you.
And last but not least, part two. So the question is, yes, that question. That one. I'll never get the camera on you. Oh, there he is.
Well, it's been a joy growing up in Tokoro. I take my hat off to the St. Luke's PIC Church, who really lead the way in doing a lot of church combine stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are quite comfortable in the churches that we belong to, and with the work that we've all got going on in churches, because church, you don't get paid. It's a voluntary thing. So a lot of your time that you spend at church is time that you're not spent making money or doing a lot of other things. So just shout out to the PIC Church for always thinking about ways that our community can come together. They're always inviting our church. I know they're always, because our church is a little bit different. We worship on a Saturday in our church, and I know when there are initiatives for our Cook Islands people, those who are leading the way in the Cook Island space are mindful that Saturdays won't work for us. So what's ways that we can work around that? And I know Billy
accommodating.
Yeah. I know Billy Meyer. He was part of Cook Islands society group or something, and they had a meeting about Ara Ora Day, and the big celebration day where all the dancing and the sports takes place. And I think it was gonna initially be on the Saturday, but I remember him telling me that he said that he spoke up and said, "Hey, if we have it on a Saturday, which would make sense because majority of the churches in our community worship on a Sunday. But he spoke up and said, if we have it on a Saturday, our Raitu family can't attend. And because it was on a long weekend anyways, he suggested that we move it to a Monday. And so, I'm grateful for the likes of Billy Mara. I think he was the bishop at the time, maybe. Yeah. And grateful for people like that, always looking at ways to include us because, we come from different churches, but we all Cook Islands people and we're all family. So.
Nice. All right, Pato, while you got the mic, your favorite faith song?
Yeah, oh man. In our church, we like to sing songs that are very old, decades old. We've been singing them for decades, is what I mean. But I got a few texts in that says, if you don't say Maranatha. So I think the song Maranatha for our church is a bit of an anthem because it speaks to, in our name, Seventh-day Adventist. The Adventist part speaks about Jesus coming back again. And the song Maranatha speaks of that glorious morning when we believe that we will meet our Savior face to face. So the song Maranatha, shout out to Shana for suggesting that I sing Maranatha.
Shout out. Hey, also, just a little bit of a shout out to Aaron Mutua. That was our last song was Tiare Po Ava E, and that was Aaron's in that song. One of our, let's say, one of our best artists here, our Cook Island singers.
The voice of
Number one. Actually, while we were at the All Black game last week, there was a Te Raratonga, and wow, I just thought about Mon straight away, and just about that time when our singers were just like, wow, beautiful. Let's go to our LDS favorite LDS song.
Actually, there's a few from other denominations, but I'll keep it LDS. We actually have a nice sacrament hymn, so we sing a hymn called "I Know That My Redeemer Lives," and it's just really touching because you know your Savior is there for you. He's gone through everything, and when we eat of the bread and water, which is part of His body, we make a covenant to Him that we're gonna listen and follow His commandments. So for me, that song "I Know That My Redeemer Lives,"
Nice.
is awesome.
Tasha's asked if you can sing a verse.
I would never do that in front of SDA and PIC. I was more on the speaking part. Yeah.
Julius?
I don't have favorite songs because I know too many songs, especially in our church. But my favorite type of songs, they'll have to be our traditional hymns, right? And they're called Reo Matua, Iwina and our Reo Api Sapatis. And I love them because it reminds me of my grandparents and my great-grandparents. These are all the people that I've been brought up with. And now they're no longer around. But we sing it exactly like how they sang it and how their parents sang it and how their grandparents sang it. And we sound, if you were to close your eyes and you could recognize my voice, but it would actually just sound like grandfather, my great-grandfather, or any of them, and so that's why I love those kind of songs because that's the connection back to our pāmetua.
That's a really good point, Julius, because when I was in church the other week, I got a little bit teary-eyed and I thought, what the heck's going on? But then I kind of remembered lying on the floor at your grandparents' waiting for singing practice to finish, and they're all singing the same songs. And then I think a song came on. I thought, I know the song. And I thought, thinking back to lying on the floor, almost falling asleep and saying, hurry up. But yeah.
I was very fortunate that I was brought up with my great-grandparents, and they still were around until I was about 18. I think that's when my two great-grandparents passed away, and my grandmother as well. And they are, we call them tumukorero of those kind of songs and of that kind of art. It's art that they can sing, compose, and things. And I was, able to soak up a little bit of that. And
you soaked up a lot of that, bro.
Yeah. So when you sing those songs, and then I can always remember, especially there's some songs there I remember being taught and how to sing it. And what I learned about Papa when, especially from Papa Timote as well, he's started to put it on our culture and those kind of songs is if I'm telling you how to sing it like this, don't listen to anybody else. You know, this is the way that my father and my grandfather has taught me, and this is the way how you will teach other people. And so those kind of teachings, it just stays with you. And so when you sing those songs, I just think of all of them, and not just my own grandparents and great grandparents, everybody's, because I was fortunate enough to want to be around them and want to be around even your mom. You know, I sing with your mom all the time, and be around those kind of people. They are, you know, if only we were doing this recording project back then, they're the guns. They're the guns of Were Tokoro, all of those parments that are gone or that are no longer have the voice to sing anymore. And so I'm really fortunate to be brought up around all of those top guns of our imene.
Talking about Top Guns, when we come back after this, let's talk about our own Top Guns. Who do you remember most out of all the Cook Islanders who aren't with us at the moment? All right? Right after this. All right. We'll be back right after this. Unfortunately, we can't play the songs because we don't have a license. Driver's license.
Kia ora family, we are Core Vibes. Don't go too far. Stream at the moment because of the music playing, and we don't want to get cut off. So don't go too far. We'll be back in the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Won't be long. See you soon.
of vibes. We're streaming on ticos.co.nz. And just before we carry on, we're going, no, okay, turn it on, mate, turn it on. We're just going to go to Julius, who's going to talk to us a little bit about the calendar for the 16th star here in Tokoroa. What's going on, my bro?
Before I get into the calendar, I'll just get out a theme, mate. So the theme has been set this year by the Ministry of Pacific People, but typical Tokoroa stars, we've gone and made our own theme as well. But the theme for the whole of Aotearoa is me ki te koe te tuatua I tō o reo tupuna, e tūranga rangatira tēnā no te uki āmuri atu. With our language as our foundation, we'll embrace the future. And because that's a bit long to put on our flyer down in Tokoroa, Maine Tārai and the team has researched that and still keeping the same kind of theme, but shortened it down to Tuatua ia tō o reo. Speak your language. And so that's the goal for all of us. It doesn't matter if you're Cook Island or not Cook Island or not. The theme for this week is the Tuatua ia tō o reo. Speak your language. And the calendar of event has been set. And each day is sticking with that theme, but just changing the setting, all right? So today is Sunday, Sabate, Rārua o Aukute. We had our opening service at 9 o'clock at St. Luke's and Uapau Kapipiti at 2 p.m. with the Te Taunga Kōrero launch of our album resources. And that was all held at St. Luke's PIPC. And the theme for today was Tuatua ia tō o reo. Monite Rātoru o Aukute, Monday the 3rd of August. We have from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the St. Luke's PIPC Hall. Maine Tārai is hosting the API Reo Māori language classes. And so if you're wanting to learn basic conversational Reo Māori, Kuki arani, then head down. She's recommending don't go on your own because it's about conversating with you and a friend. So please take a friend, your partner, your child, take them down to the class at 6 o'clock. It's Maine Tārai at the St. Luke's PIPC Hall on Maraetai Road. The theme for tomorrow is Tuatua ia tō o reo I te ngutuare. Speak your language at home. On Tuesday, Ruirua, Rā A o Aukute, Tuesday the 4th of August. For all the schools in Tokoroa, this is your day to have your Kia Orana Day. So you dress your cook for school. And I don't know if all the schools know this, but now you know it. Show up to school in your Kia Orana wear, your best tab, your best Uapau Fellowship uniform, whatever Cook Island wear that you have. Show up to school in that. And then at 10 o'clock at the St. Luke's PIPC Hall, there is an API Tuitui Tīwaiwai, so learning how to block print and so Tīwaiwai with our Whainetini St. Luke's from 10 o'clock to 3 p.m. And if you can't make it to the Tīwaiwai workshop, at 5 p.m. we have an API Ura dance classes with Tamariki o Te Waurako at the St. Luke's PIPC. The theme for the day, Tuatua ia tō o reo I te API, speak your language at school. On Wednesday, Rui Toru Rā Rima o Aukute, we have the 11 a.m. Taokatai Pūnanga Reo showcases. So all the pūnanga and kindergartens from across Tokoroa will gather at St. Luke's PIC for their showcase. Or your children, your grandchildren will be there. Go down, take a $20 and support our children down at the St. Luke's PIC. At 6 o'clock, there is the Akono Ia Tō o Mero Pacific Pearls workout, especially for our women. That is at the SWPIC, South Whakatane Pacific Island Community Services Centre. And at 5:30 p.m., there is a business event. Eito o Rima is the Cook Island name. I can't remember the Papa'a name that we've given it. But that's a workshop for all of those that want to get into business, that are in business, that needing support. There are some guest speakers from across Auckland, Hamilton, and Tokoroa that will be talking to us too about their own business journey. So come down at 5:30. There will be free kai and some entertainment for us too. So come down. If you want more information, follow the Whakatane YMCA. The theme for the day is Tuatua ia tō o reo I te pūnanga, speak your language at preschool. On Thursday, Paraparau Rā Ono o Aukute. At 4 o'clock and this is what you're all looking forward to, is the Tokoroa High School food market, which will be held at the St. Luke's PIPC Hall. So 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, all the children from the school are prepared. I know I've seen Kotea put out, there's some hangi, there's some island plates, there are some sweets, there are all these goodies that have been prepared by our students. So please go down and support our high school market at the St. Luke's Hall. And at 6 o'clock, for all those people that are lucky to have a ticket, we have the St. Luke's PIC Battens Up $50 tickets. So if you've bought one of those tickets, it'll be drawn straight after the market at the hall. Also at 6:30 on Thursday night is the Seke Hula Foot workout at the BBM gym, located at the back of the old countdown there. So, and the theme for the day on Thursday is Tutua ia to o reo I te makete. Speak your language at the markets.
Nice.
On Friday, Rā Itu o Aukute. This is for all the organizations across all the workplaces and all of those other places that aren't a school. It is your Kia ora ana day, where your Cook Islands best dressed for work on Friday. The Konirani will be coming around to all the different workplaces. So for those that get a hold of Teriki Tara Teroanato, I think, and Apira Brown, and Aaron Terato Mutua, if you'd like them to come across to your school or to your workplace. The Konirani will be led by the Forest View High School, leaving at 10 o'clock and coming around town. And then at 6 o'clock, there is the Te Iwanui dance rehearsals at the St. Luke's PIC. The theme for Friday is Tuatua ia to o reo I te anganga, speak your language at work. On Saturday, we're almost there, everybody. On Saturday, Ma'ana Kai Rāwaru o Aukute. At 10 o'clock to 12 p.m., there is another market. So if you miss out at the food market on Thursday night, the Ekaresia Kuki Arani or the St. Luke's will be doing their own market as well. So head down and support them. There'll be more food available there at the St. Luke's PIC at 10 o'clock. At 3 p.m., Te Iwanui will celebrate 20 years of the Te Iwanui dance competition at the St. Luke's PIPC starting at 3 p.m. Door entry is $10 for adults, $5 for children, and I think gold coin for preschool. And at 2 o'clock, I was wondering why these Sharkies are here on the photo. At 2 p.m. Will be the kickoff for the semifinals for both the reserve grade and the premier grades of the Pacific Sharks here at our South Waikato Memorial Sports Ground. So head down there if you've got nothing to do on Saturday afternoon. The theme for the day on Saturday is Tutua ia to o reo I te ngā I tareka. Speak our language at places of recreation. And last program for the day, for the week, Sabati, Rā Iwa o Aukute, Sunday, the 9th of August, we will have our combined service at 11 a.m. At St. Luke's PIPC. There will be a Cook Islands church service as well at 12 p.m. at the St. Luke's PIPC. And at 1 p.m., if you've got a gold card or if you're over the age of 65, then the Tokoro SDA are hosting an elderly luncheon for all of our mama and papa, called the Mitua E Orane Elderly Luncheon at the Tokoro SDA Church.
Nice.
And the theme for Sunday is Tutua ia to o reo ki te ao Mitua Pakari. Speak our language to our elders. And over the course of this week, and I'll hand it back to Josiah, but Raukaua Vibes will be tuning in every night to share our reo to all of you and just share a bit of our Cook Islands culture from 6 p.m. every night this week.
And if you're listening, you obviously can hear that we've got more of a youthful presence, a bit of a youthful take on things. We'll try and endeavour to have more, what would you say, seasoned veterans here to support the Cook Islands Language Week. But it is 11 minutes past or 12 minutes past 7 here on your Sunday evening, Raukaua Vibes. We'll be right back after this. We're going to have our trivia Bible study. All right, we'll be right back after this. Our BBM. Hey, they've got that. I think exercise. What night is it? Thursday.
It's on Thursday, and I think that happens every Thursday. Yeah?
Oh man, might be in there. Is that us?
Well, what's it?
BBM Thursday. Oh
Oh,
no,
is it
it's the
during the
same.
day?
It's the same
No,
time as the
evening.
show.
I'm not here on Tuesday.
Oh, God. Damn.
What's some questions we can ask him?
Is it
We'll be back. Make sure you tune back and see what we're going to talk about.
Top Guns, all Top Guns that are now living at Huddersfield. So your most memorable Palmer tour that's no longer here with us.
Yeah. So you heard by from Julius, and we'll be back after this song. If you want to listen to the music, tune in 96.1, 90.6, and 93.2, and you'll know when we're finished having our break.
Also on iHeartRadio. Yeah, we're also on iHeartRadio and Whare Kōrero app. Kia ora.
iHeartRadio, guys. Go there, go.
Am I still out of the camera? Am I still not locked?
Yeah, it's, well, I don't know. No, you're not. Oh, I'm not even.
going on that radio station? Well, it's Cook Islands Language Week, and we're talking about all evening about some of our faith journeys, and also we've been talking about what's coming up in the week here on Cook Islands Language Week here in Tokoroa. Look, one of the projects that that Julius and a bunch of other people have been part of is called Te Taonga Kōrero. Man, it's such an awesome project, Julius. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So we've received some funding from the Ministry for Pacific Peoples to develop 8 to 10 albums full of all our traditional albums of, as a resource for our people. And so they'll have traditional hymns, contemporary hymns, or a majority of them in our Cook Islands and Māori. There are 2 songs that have been recorded in Samoan language, and there are maybe 2 or 3 songs that feature maybe one or 2 verses of English language. But it's all Cook Islands revival, language revival project. As we talked about those traditional hymns, well, it's really hard to learn those just off the side of the street. You've actually got to have some good resources there. And the best way to learn is from our people and our parliamental, but as they start this world, there's no one that holds that information or that art. So what we decided is to record our people, and then as well as Tokoroa's got a history, a strong music history in the Cook Islands community, and so everybody always refers back to our own Cook Islands songs and artists. You've got the likes of Timberland Souls, of Aratoa, and all of them. Got the late Auntie Moons and the Tiaki Strings, and that's another, strong in that Cook Island music scene. And for a long time, we've been not absent, but, we have 1 or 2 kind of album releases and capturing a lot of those good songs from all these different genres, right? So not just traditional, but any kind of song that's written in our reo Māori. And so it was a really good time for us to capture all of that on these resources. So there's about 8 to 10 albums coming up, being released soon. First
What
2
platform?
they'll be on all. We're planning to release them on all platforms, so Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, DistroKid. That's the one that we release it on DistroKid, and then it just releases on every platform you can think of. So we hope to release the social media pages this week. Start launching our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, and that's where you'll find the links to all of these songs, with the first albums to be launched at the end of August. And so these first 2 albums we plan to launch is being prepared by the St. Luke's PIPC, and also compositions of the late Reverend Timothy Turu. So those 2 albums will drop at the end of this month. Wow. And so this afternoon, we shared a couple of those songs that have been prepared. And I think, they're working towards playing at least one of those tracks for us tonight. So it's been a good project too, not just Parts can talk about it too, but we've got a whole a wide Cook Island community involved. And so Parts has been recording members from his church. I've been recording with members from my church, but not just from the churches, but also from the Cook Islands community. And you'll hear their voices as you listen to some of these songs that are going to be released over the next couple months.
Well, what a fantastic initiative, eh? Yeah. Beautiful project. All right, we'll take a side step then. We talked about, before we went to break, we talked about our top guns. Our top guns currently residing at Amersfield or back in Aitutaki. So let's go to Patoa first, eh? We go to Patoa first. Your top gun. Who do you miss? And why?
I miss a lot of actually I miss all of our members of our church, but in particular, I guess perhaps because she's the more recent one is maybe Mrs. T, Auntie Tatu. She was, depending on what version of her that you got to know, she could have been quite a strong, hard lady. But she was a lady who was truly led by her faith and her convictions, and Yeah. So the Auntie Tatu that I got to know mostly was through church, and she was one of those ladies who would growl for everything. And so that's kind of the lady we got to know. But when you go around to her house, oh man, she was always in the kitchen trying to find ways that she can cook food for you, and trying to find ways that will get you invited back to her house. And so she was a really nice lady, and I wish I got to know that side of her earlier in my time at our church before she passed away, because that's there's a lady who had the true heart of God. So yeah, that's a lady I miss.
Wow.
What about Auntie Tatu?
Beautiful, bro. All right, Nororo.
Sorry, I'm a bit greedy. I'm going to mention three. One's obviously my mum. She had the faith to move over to the church when she was busy with the PIC, and really grateful for her. And she served the community, really taught us about Christ-like attributes of charity. She was in the PIC kitchen helping, and also in our church. And also she became a temple saint before she passed away. Another member is a person by the name of Ngato Kana Paunu, which is my other mother. She was amazing. She would tell all her kids to come to church, so we'd have thousands of people at church from the Takiri family, Noro Takiri family, and it was just great to see her there, strong, Christ-like service she had in the community. And the third thing, and great thing about her is it was all about family, and every part of the Noro Takiri family really miss her, and I really miss her too, along with the. And third and last is a leader that sort of helped me with my testimony, and that's Danny Matiara or Purotu, Danny Tanahiva. So he's Danny Metz's dad. He was amazing, married to Auntie Uta, one of our earlier Cook Island bishops. And as for youth, he was awesome. He would do things that were unbelievable, like giving service on a Saturday. After working in the bush, he was able to give some firewood to our widows, and just really awesome leader who worked with his hands. And he wasn't the greatest at English, but his island love for the people and to the church was just amazing to see. Thank you.
Julius.
Too many Top Guns in Toro, man.
Too
You know,
many.
I can't name them all. I want to name them all. Like I go and sit in church, and I always sit with the men. Will usually sit to sing our songs, right? And I'm reminded of people like Papa Matupo, Papa Ngaitunga Papa Timote. You know, we all sit in the same area because that's where all the maru is the people that back the song up, and so that's where we all sit. Papa Andrew Mangi. So, you know, in that sense, them, and then obviously your grandparents and great grandparents, you know, they're real influential in my life, and I was lucky to be brought up with some awesome grandparents and great grandparents on all sides. You know, my mama and Papa Kauso, my mama and Papa Balmoral, and also my mama and Papa Moore Place. So, you know, they're great. But some hard case people that you miss is my neighbor, Papa Mag. You know, there's never a dull moment with Uncle Mag. And there's a story I always tell Brooklyn all the time about how my uncle, whatever. I mentioned on the radio. But anyway, Uncle Mag was there, part of that story, doing an order down my driveway. And, you know, and being life of a party as they are, as well as Susie Wong, you know, they're the guns. They are guns themselves. And then also I can't go past one of my favorite mama I always remembers, Mama Mania. And Mama Mania Haitana, for we all know, you know, you either love her or love her. But you know, her famous lines, sit like a lady, why are you chewing like a cow for? What are you doing that for? You know, shut the F up. So those are the kind of and you know, you think it's tough love, or you think that, oh no, but you know what, it teaches us how to be resilient. And if we can handle people like Mama Mana, we can handle this whole world. because you know, they really teach you some good how to be resilient in this world. And so I'm reminded of all of those people. And then as I sit here looking at the program, and I see one of the top guns, and she's not at Hemisphere yet, she's still living, 91 years old, Mama Pokoina Pakoti. And she reminds me of a time of when all our Pamatua were around. She's one of the last connections back to people like Mama Ponu, Mama Pate, Mama, all of those different mamas and that we've and papas that we come to know, Taisaka, all of them. So yeah, no, there's so many people.
Yes, right.
So many people that you can mention.
All right. I'll let it go. Some of the women in my life who I think have played a major role in because they were teachers. So there was Puka Morgan, Auntie Ara'i Thompson, Mama Mi'i Te Okotai, what's her name? Auntie Ngamata. Ngamata Inuka. Yeah, Inuka. Who else were teachers? Can you think of any other teachers? Moiro Maya, Auntie Moiro, Mama Maya. Yeah. Yeah. Auntie Uta, you mentioned Auntie Uta before, John. They were some of our earlier teachers who kind of led the way for, gee, look how many teachers that we have now. But it opened the way because they came over from the islands and they thought, oh, they've got qualifications in teaching, but they had to upgrade and go to, I think it was Auckland University or Auckland Teachers College. And they had to update their qualifications. So those are some of the ladies that are superstars that I remember, the top guns. But also one of the top guns in my rugby life has been Mumbo. Mumbo, he worked with Surf, and his role was he would just support the club, the senior team. And I think way back in the early 2000s till he passed away in last year, I think 2025, he was there for 25 years as a true supporter in United. So Mumbo from the islands of Manihiki, I think Mumbo was his family. David Metu. Hey, is that his name? David? Yeah, we just called him Mumbo. So yeah, what a servant for the rugby club, and they were lucky to have him. That's my that was my top guns. Hey, when we come back right after this, we're going to be closing with our Trivial Pursuit. All right, 7:35.
Oh, we're just gonna leave it on now.
Yeah, there's people, bro.
Leave it on.
The one you mentioned.
The whole song? Yeah. Play, bro.
Amazing.
All right, guys, we're just on a break. Tune into the music. Yeah. Oh, but I'll put it.
That'll be after this song in 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So
Mate, every time we used to have feeds,
in the next 3 minutes, we're gonna have a little insight into one of the songs that have been prepared for the Te Taunga Kōrero project. So if you want to hear that, first time going live, don't go too far, or tune in to 90.6, 95.7, or tune into iHeartRadio, and you'll be able to hear the song. But if you want to ask any questions for our quiz, type it in the comment section below, and we'll pass it to Manu to answer for you.
You shared this video of him talking at the wedding with
Oh, yeah.
and we were all cracking us at how we talk. We're just looking.
Okay, we're live.
Yeah, that's Bob.
So if you think nothing's going on, it's because we're just on a break, guys. Don't go too far, or come back. Go get a sandwich, go get something to drink, go have some oxygen outside, and then come back and join us when we return in the next, I'll say 6 minutes, but in 3 minutes' time, we're going to have the debut of our first song from the Te Taunga Kōrero project. Debut. Yeah. This will be your first time hearing it. It's been my first time hearing it.
No Te Aroa. And it was it was put together by Taria.
Did you get someone on an intro?
Yeah. Julius.
Yeah, Taria Kingston. Yeah. What do you call that, bro? Arrange. It was arranged.
Composed?
No, it was composed. It's already a composed song.
He just rearranged
He
it.
just rearranged it.
So if there's any burning questions you want to ask our distinguished gentlemen in our studio today, feel free to add it to the comment section below, and we will pass it on to the appropriate person to answer for you.
Are you going to actually keep it like less than about 30 seconds?
Okay. Sweet.
Oh, it's on you. Wait, what are you doing? Are you on live too?
No, that's just for our social.
Oh, yeah.
Nine, 8,
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it, bro.
Yeah.
5,
So we pray all go straight into it. Kia ora ana tātou katoa, te ia te epitomo, te reo Māori Kuki Arani, Cook Islands Language Week. Tuatua ia tō o reo Speak Your Language. And we're about to debut one of our songs from our Te Taonga Kōrero project that we spoke about. And this song that's going to come up, it's called No Te Aroa Mātano. It's sung by, they call themselves the OGs, but they're called the St. Luke's OG gang. That's what they are. They're the gang. And so they're singing this song. It's a traditional hymn that was rearranged by the late Taria Kingstone back in 1980 or something. And they had prepared it for a choir as part of the composition that the Tokoro took up to Auckland. And we still sing it today in our church as a church hymn now. And so this song is dedicated to the late Taria Kingstone and all our late composers that have influenced our Cook Island community here in Tokoro. I should have bloody seen that. Rue's the one that. Oh, this thing. Through the. She was in something. Melody and then Elizabeth and Alina. You see the picture. Okay. We can drop it.
Are you for us to hear some of the song?
No, you share it. You share it throughout the week.
Oh, well, even on social?
Yeah.
Well, who should we tag?
Can you take the Wiri Tokoro?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Take the Wiri Tokoro and just say, because it's not fully released yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Picture. Petra and Evelina and Elizabeth. And if people slap up the Oslo bridge, just go right to the release. It'll be like our own people wanting it.
When's like the expected release?
Under that 2 weeks. Yeah.
Exclusive, right? The go vibe exclusive.
Yeah.
4 or 5 people watching.
3.
What's the Are we not custom? Those are the custom, Frank, can you just shout out the who Bob and Patua for all of their musical engineering.
Pato has to produce something first.
They were the producers for this. Doing all the music and
This is on the tracks and she goes,
I think she wasn't. I think she came in.
Kia ora ana koutou katoa 7:43 here on Rokoa Vibes. Also too on podcast through our Tokoro Council of Social Services, TICOS, Facebook page. 7:44, we're coming up to the end of the show, guys. And look, we're not going to apologize for not speaking Cook Island throughout the whole show for the whole 2 hours. If you'd like to come and speak in Cook Island for the next 2 hours, come after 8 o'clock when the door closed. But look, we invite guests, give me a call, and we can accommodate. We've got a couple of guests on tomorrow. Actually, Karen Rangi, New Zealand Rugby Union delegate. She's going to be talking to us about her role as a Cook Islander on the New Zealand Rugby Union. So and also too the other things that she's doing. She talked to me about Cook Islanders taking over the world. Her new one of the projects that she has, and oh wow, I thought, wow, that's awesome. Also too, we're going to be talking to a few guests over the week. Lawyers, hopefully doctors. We'll be back with a full show tomorrow evening. Hey, just want to acknowledge, man, that song was beautiful. And just want to shout out to all the producers out there. Patoa, trying to hide down there. Also Bob and Roo. Hey, Bob and Roo. Man, and Roo produced it. Who played the violins? Who plays the violin?
I think Roo is a shapeshifter and he can do everything, or he's probably got a mate called AI that helped him out. But regardless, it sounded beautiful.
Yeah.
And that was produced by Roo Turia, and also Bob Tiaki and Patua Tawai. So you don't have to go all the way to America or to Auckland to get a quality recording. You got it right here in Oire Tokoro with our own people, with our own skills. So awesome, amazing. So far, I think we've produced about 46 songs.
Wow.
Yeah, so still another 40 to go. So good luck, boys.
All right, guys. Now the time has come for our Trivial Pursuit. Of course, it's going to be a mixture of Tokoro questions and also some faith journey questions. So here's just a little bit of a taster. If you're listening, here's a bit of a taster. And we'll go PIC, LDS, and SDA. So you say your name if you want to answer the question. Are you ready? Got your ready?
Yeah.
And you can just shout, "Hey, Puts, are you ready?" Here's the first question. What currency does the Cook Islands use?
Noro.
SDA?
Noro.
Oh, but you all have the East.
So
I think it's interesting.
There you go, bro.
New Zealand currency?
You're right.
Awesome.
New Zealand currency.
Well done.
You're right. Yes.
You're supposed to leave the easy questions for me.
Come on.
Oh,
Play along, man.
Sorry.
Okay, here's we've got a couple of Bible questions. I know that. Look at them. Okay, here we go. In no particular order. Which Old Testament prophet was caught up into heaven in a whirlwind?
That is that Elijah?
Yeah. No, I'm just going to give you 1 point there.
Yeah, it was. Correct.
1 point for SDA, 1 point for LDS. Okay, here we go. Next question. Name 3 Cook Island district councillors.
Julius SDA. No, I'm gonna say.
Carry on.
Josiah Chokotai,
Yes.
Ani Ratu,
Yes.
and what else? Or like dead or alive.
Anytime. Yep. Anytime.
Hey, was Papa Joe a
Yes,
councillor?
yes, he
Papa Joe
was.
Turia.
Joe
Awesome.
Turia, yeah,
Awesome.
well done.
That's a good one.
Hey, wow,
Yeah.
wow, one each
Yes.
there, guys. One each, but we got 2 SDAs. Okay, here we go. Question. In the book of Judges, what Nazarite judge lost his incredible physical strength after his hair was cut
Yes.
while he slept?
Would that be Samson?
Yes, it would be
I
right.
was almost going to say Hercules.
LDS. LDS.
Apologies.
Well done, well done. LDS in the lead, 2 points to 1. Here we go, question. To which church or city did Paul write the famous love chapter containing the line, love is patient, love is kind?
SDA.
SDA?
Corinthians.
Yes, Corinthians. Book of Corinthians.
He did
There
write the
we go.
letter. That's right.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Name 3 Cook Island All Blacks.
Oh,
LDS.
Yes.
3 All Blacks. We have Bam Bam, Paul
Yes.
Kutaka
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
from actually from Tokoro.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Dude. Other ones. Actually, I'll share it around. Yeah. I'll do one. Go.
Aaron Major.
Yes.
Aaron
Major.
Major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Major's Cook Island.
Is Lima Sobana?
Yes. You're
That's
right.
good.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Good
Oh.
compass, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point each. Hey, and a bonus point for one more.
Nathan Major.
Dave Rennie.
Yes, please.
Nathan Major, the brother of.
Nathan Major.
Oh, did he become
yeah.
a-
I
I
can't
don't think
remember
so.
if it was Nathan Major.
Oh, that's another. His his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one more that comes to mind.
Um.
Played for Northland.
Oh, Reno Ranger.
Reno Ranger.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. Very good. Okay, look, by my points, it is equal.
Yeah, that's
It's equal. It's equal.
Yeah,
Water.
Do we want to have a last one? Okay, let's have a look.
Just do a maths one because Julius.
Name 3 PIC ministers.
Oh, St. Luke's.
Oh, St. Luke's.
I better win to say.
Yeah.
Papa Ta Upupere,
Yes.
Papa Timothy Turu, and Papa Bill Cutler.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
well done. To put your heads
Oh,
together. Julius
awesome,
won.
bro.
You
Awesome.
won, bro. You're the winner tonight.
Awesome.
Look
Nice.
at that. There we go. Hey, it's 7:51 on your Sunday night radio show, Cook Islands Language Week this week, kicking off our Cook Islands Language Week. Julius, so today, man, what was a big day. What time did they kick off the proceedings?
Kicked off at 9:30 a.m. this
Yeah.
morning, and I was still there at 4:58 p.m. this afternoon. So it was a full day, but also not just in Toronto, across the country. It's amazing. It was amazing to see. I know Auckland had a 2 p.m. service, and they went on for a couple hours there. There's Rotorua, there's Wanganui, there is Hamilton, there is even up north. There's a growing Cook Islands community up north. Dunedin. If we get the Pacific People's posters, those posters were taken from people in Invercargill as well. So the Cook Islands community is shooting up all over the place. Ashburton has a growing HTP and the Malaya community down there as well.
Why Ashburton?
The meatworks,
Yeah, that's right.
the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just another trivial one. PNG, they actually had some Cook Island missionaries. They went to the PNG,
Yeah.
and Joe was able to listen to some string band there singing some Cook Island songs. So they're
saw
actually
that.
still singing. So it's everywhere. We're taking Cook Island to the world.
Cook Islands to the
What do you
world.
call it? I know the PNG when all the elders they're not elders, the missionaries.
Yeah.
They were sent. Some were sent from the CICC church they were sent to set up a church in Papua New Guinea, and
Yeah.
so that's why they're still
They
they
chose a
sing.
village.
They sing like us too.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. The village.
Sing like
I've got the
us.
clip somewhere.
Yeah, and they're singing some songs that we sing here in Tokoroa and in Aitutaki, and it was from Aitutaki missionaries that had gone to PNG back in the 60s and 50s.
Was that them?
Yeah.
they-
And so they're really in it, eh? They love those Savaiki boys.
yeah.
They love all of those, their new age shaku. Oh, well, those
Yeah.
those new age bands that are coming out from the Cook Islands, and PNG just pick it up quickly. And so I was following Joe, following Joe,
Yeah.
and he's in Papua, and all of them are, they're singing all these songs to Joe because they know he's a Cook Island. They're all into it.
So we'll be heading over to PNG.
All right.
Is that right?
Let's go Paris first.
I'll go to Paris first. Yeah, look, it's 7:53. We're here every night this week from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. celebrating Cook Islands Language Week, celebrating what we do here in the South Waikato, specifically Tokoroa, as Cook Islanders. So yeah, look, come in, listen. Let us know what you want to listen to. Let us know, give us some questions to ask our guests. Julius and I will be hosting the show this week, along with Patua. And look, we also like to thank Nooro for coming in, being part of our evening.
And our DJ.
And our DJ Takawa. Wow, well done, Takawa. Far out, awesome. And also Quinny, bro, we wouldn't have been able to do anything. Thanks, Kazuiva. Thank you, Gil. Thank you for being here with us. And look, I want to thank all our one viewers on our podcast. Hey, six.
Sponsors, anyone want to sponsor us some snacks? Bring it down here, feed us.
I think Woolworths want to sponsor us. I'm sure across the road.
Neighbors.
All right, folks. Look, it's 7:55. We're going to be taking off a little bit early, and well, I think just before we go, Julius, any last comments from our show tonight?
No, just encouragement from today from our Palmer tour was doesn't matter how little you know about our language, speak it, learn it, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's what we all here to support each other in our language. I know we're all traumatized because you say something wrong and someone yells at you and you never want to talk Māori ever again. But that's the encouragement to all of us. It doesn't matter how little it is, it's important. So get out there this week, get involved in the activities.
Awesome. I just wanted to say the religious start we started off thought was really appropriate for the Cook Island culture. That's the core of our culture. We have a strong connection to God, and we're always putting Him with everything. So it was a good start. Very wise of you, Joe, and all the team for being able to do that. So as long as all our people are learning the language, the culture, but having God in their lives, we know that there'll be great blessings for all of us. Whether church you go, we encourage you to go to each of your churches. Maybe it's time for you to go back and support your ecclesia, PIC in the Seventh-day Adventists or our church. I want to extend that invitation to you, and may the Lord continue to bless you. Nā te aroa, te atua.
Blessed again to be part of this radio show for the third year running. And I like the initiative to start with God, because us Cook Islands people are God-fearing people, and what better way to start than with God, so that He can lead us through this week. And the fellowship's been good tonight. I really enjoyed the time with brothers here.
Thank you, gentlemen. Just lastly, I was lost, but now I'm found, and I'm lucky enough to be on the journey of becoming an elder in St. Luke's Pacific Island Church. Like I say, I was lost. I was a lost soul. I was down and out. I was at the pub. I was everywhere else where I shouldn't have been. But I'm very lucky to have this show tonight, because it just proves to me that our faith in God is is always there, and it's always lifted by our young people, not only our Pamatua, but our young people as well. So a message for us all today is God is good. And all the time.
God is good.
Amen. All right, I'm going to ask our kumatua or Manu to close us in a word of prayer.
Our loving eternal Father in heaven, we come to the conclusion of this small bracket at Raukawa Vibes. Grateful for the love that we felt in the spirit and especially being a part of our beautiful Cook Islands Language Week. We pray for a great blessing over this week to our people here in Tokoroa and all over the world to help them understand the importance of our culture and especially our connection to you, that as we serve you and help our community, that we will have a stronger identity of being a son and a daughter of God, and to be able to build his kingdom. We pray for those that may be suffering with our people, that they'll be strengthened and comforted, that our services provided in Tokoroa will be able to bring them closer to your path, which is the path of happiness and joy. This is a humble prayer we ask as we close this night, humbly in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, just like to thank our sponsors tonight, Raukawa Vibes, also Tokoroa Council of Social Services, South Waikato YMCA, and anyone else who'd like to give us some sponsorship over the week, you're more than welcome to contact me. We'll be back tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Julius and I with our special guest, Karen Rangi.
Awesome.
Have to face it alone. At Tikos,
Ask about it. Ask.
Oh,
Is it going to be?
Hey, if you want something, if you got something that you want us to talk about, chuck it in the comments or message one of us. I know all of you who listen know some of us, so let us know, and we'll chat about it tomorrow. See you later.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in. In stream.
Look at it.